It's time for Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Now let's have some fun. Here is your host, Johnny Radio.
Yo. Welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan's in the house as always. We got Jake Crane. We got Terry D. We're going to talk Tigers basketball at 11:30, but we got to get it all up in a little college football. What a crazy weekend. Jim Harbaugh, the khaki, now beating the brakes off of Ryan Day. Big time in Ohio State. That's 2 years in a row. C.J. Stroud, you know who he's never won? Never beat, guess who? Michigan. Big time, man. Florida State, they dropped Florida. Tight game, surprisingly. North Carolina lost again. We were talking about Drake May. Things have gone south. But we also got to talk about some questionable coaching. Lane Kiffin struggled down the stretch, and then during the Egg Bowl made some of the dumbest decisions I've ever seen in my entire life.
Timeouts are at a
premium. You got 3 timeouts. You have scored a touchdown. You have saved all 3 timeouts. You got to get your 2-point play.
Got to get it in, John.
Now, you got to get it, but you need 2 timeouts to figure out what the hell you're going to run, and that's what you run, and it's executed horribly, and Jackson Dart is trash. And let me tell you something.
Didn't like the look,
If
John.
you didn't use your timeouts, do you know what you would have had? 3 timeouts to go get a stop, get the ball back, and kick a field goal to possibly win the Egg Bowl. But, hey, you turn that questionable coaching, 4th down, not taking the field goal so many times this year, I can't even stand it, and you turn it into a fat raise. Lane Kiffin, big tip of the cap. Don't know what they're going to do down on the Plains, but that's why we're bringing up Jake Crane. You know Crane and Company, the best sports show out there. You have to check it out. In fact, all you have to do is to check out Jake Crane is to go to your Twitter. You can follow him at Jake Crane _. That's at Jake Crane _. Don't forget the show. It's at Crane and Company. They're on Monday through Friday, streaming large and loud. Check them out at YouTube. Don't forget to go to thedailywire.com. They break down everything. What's up, Jake? How you doing? Did you have a good turkey day?
Man, I did. Probably not going to eat for the next couple of days. It's like a squirrel storing up for winter, but no, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it was fantastic, or fatastic, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that's all I did was eat, and watch all the football. Before I get into some of the action, which was absolutely fabulous this weekend, and also some head scratching, I got to ask you, what are they doing down on the Plains, man? The whole Lane Kiffin thing backfired. Hugh Freeze is now looking like a bad hire. People are freaking out down there because of his questionable past. What are you hearing? What are you thinking? Is the Urban Meyer stuff actually true?
No, I think there's a better chance that Urban Meyer takes over at Cincinnati, his alma mater. I don't think that would be a bad hire at all. As far as the Lane stuff, I keep laughing because Lane Kiffin, for the first time I've ever seen, trolled not only a school that was pursuing him, but also the school he is at.
True.
Like, you had Ole Miss fans chanting F. Lane Kiffin and go to Auburn and basically saying, get rid of this guy. Then you start playing a harder schedule in the back half and you lose all the important games, including the Egg Bowl, in which the play calling was shocking, to say the least, and the decision-making. He trolled his own fan base. Like, that's such a bad business move. What you should have done, if you were going to stay, what you should have done is day before the Egg Bowl, sign your extension. Or how about sign it literally before the game at midfield? Like if you're going to do it, but you trolled your own fan base. Now, the funny part is, not only did you troll the fan base, you got paid. You got absolutely paid again. But I tell you what, down the stretch, Lane better continue to do well at Ole Miss, or it's going to get uglier a lot quicker than what it would have if he would have handled this better on the side for Ole Miss. I understand using leverage. That is an absolute split zone, bread and butter play that everybody uses. But to let that thing drag out like he did, and to kind of, like I said, troll both groups. You had people during the game at Ole Miss were like, get rid of this guy. It's just, to me, it was baffling the way he handled it. I just thought it was too much. But then, on the Auburn side, I still think there's a good chance it's Hugh Freeze.
You still think so?
And here's my thing: is Hugh Freeze a perfect person? No.
None of us are.
Did Hugh Freeze make a mistake with the escorts? Yes. But I think about 50% of the Auburn fan base that is coming out and you're seeing on social media going after Hugh Freeze doesn't realize that he was hired in 2019. The sexual assault stuff at Liberty happened in 2016. I have people on my timeline saying that Hugh Freeze is the one committed to sexual harassment. It's ignorant. It is so MSNBC and CNN. It's unbelievable. Now, if you want to talk about the guy sending the message to the girl, that was a stupid message, but it wasn't intimidation. If that's intimidation, I'll find you all the parents or the kids whose parents didn't discipline them. I'll show you what intimidation is. My father was a 6'2", 230-pound All-American linebacker that played in the NFL. I'll tell you about intimidation. Defending your friend is not intimidation. We need to get a little thicker skin. That's half our problem right now in this country. Now, when you look at Hugh from a win standpoint, you compare his resume to Lane, it's not even close when it comes down to big wins. But we can debate that. But this narrative that somehow Hugh Freeze is Jeffrey Epstein is just such a disgrace to anybody with an IQ over 75. It just blows my mind.
Isn't 80 average?
I mean, yes. And I'm giving you 5 points.
I love it. I love it, man. We're talking with Jake Crain. You know he always brings it hard, especially on Mondays. He brings it hard every single week. He's got the best takes, and his Twitter handle is absolutely out of control. I hate your brother, though. He took a little bit of a beating for Lane actually staying. I was feeling bad for Blaine, but I thought some of his replies were absolutely hilarious. Check out the show, Crain and Company.
Oh yeah. Oh, Blaine's not ducking the smoke, and he got that on good. He got that on a good word. I know who told him. Typically, they're not wrong. And look, stuff happens late in coaching searches. I mean, that's why I kept saying, if you want me to predict what Lane Kiffin is going to do, why don't you just let me pick some lottery numbers for you instead?
Oh, man, I'm telling you, the whole coaching situation. I got one other coaching question for you. You mentioned Urban Meyer to Cincinnati and his alma mater. That is fascinating. But Cincinnati lost Luke Fickell. He's going to Wisconsin. What can Luke Fickell do at Wisconsin? Because I feel like you give him some serious bad boys. I didn't think he was going to leave because they were moving to the Big 12, yada, yada, but I would have bounced for Wisconsin in a heartbeat.
Well, to me, this is like the situation where, maybe this guy's like a struggling actor, been dating this girl he met in high school for 3 years. They're about to get married. All of a sudden he gets famous and dubs her for Selena Gomez. Like that's what it seems like to me. Will it work out? I think Luke Fickell's a hell of a coach. I think Luke Fickell wants back in the Big Ten, and he feels like Ryan Day is prime for the picking. Remember, they fired Luke Fickell. Ryan Day comes in. Now it's falling apart against Michigan. Don't let Wisconsin beat Ohio State next year and let them lose to Michigan. I know I'm going to go out on a limb and say this. I think Luke would still take the job, but do not be shocked. Do not be shocked if Luke Fickell is getting courted by Ohio State within the next 3 to 4 years. Would he do the reverse turn down, though? Like, you didn't like me when my teeth were messed up. Now they're fixing. You love me. Sorry, it's too late.
Oh, my God.
I don't know. How vindictive is Luke Fickell? We're going to find out.
Oh, that is
But the
beautiful.
question now is, Johnny, where does Jim Leonard go? I thought y'all fired Paul Chryst for Jim Leonard.
Man, I don't know. The DC is going to have to do something. Somebody's going to get a hell of a DC, aren't they?
Yeah, or if I'm like Western Michigan or somebody or one of these schools, I would definitely go hire Jim Leonard to be my head coach. If I'm Tulane and Willie Fritz is gone, give me Jim Leonard. Come on down, bud.
Ooh, speaking of Willie Fritz, what do you think about his opportunity?
Woo, Georgia Tech.
It's a tough place,
what a
man.
hire.
Which more difficult?
What a hire. And he runs like the hybrid option. So it's like old school meets new school. It's just a perfect fit.
What's a more difficult job, Matt Rule's right now or Willie Fritz's?
Well, I think Matt Rule's because Nebraska still has really high standards. I think Georgia Tech right now is like, just somebody save us.
Just win.
Like, please. Like, it's different
games.
If you're drowning in the water or if you're in a lifeboat. Those are two different things. Nebraska, from a recruiting standpoint, man, that's the problem with Nebraska. It's where you're located. You needed a name that was going to draw kids from every coast and from all over the place that are able to do it. I just don't think – I didn't wake up this morning – like, if I'm somebody that's that, getting recruited by Nebraska, I didn't wake up this morning like, man, hell yeah, yes, Matt Rule, let's go get it. No, it's just like, all right. I mean, it just looks like a fourth grade math teacher.
I can't breathe. Oh, that is absolutely perfect. I'm with you. This is Jake Crane. He is the best in the business. Now, the best quarterback in football right now, a lot of people talk about Bryce Young, came back from the Heisman. If you finally have watched USC and Caleb Williams, what he did to Notre Dame, he closed up the Heisman. He's a baller shot caller. USC has one loss this year. That was a 1-point loss on the road to Utah. They've had a heck of a football season. I would say one thing is Caleb Williams is it hands down he's the Heisman winner.
Right now, I think it's between him and Max Duggan. I mean, look, Max is right there too, but I think Caleb, that Utah game, man, I'm telling you, Cameron Rising, all he's done is blow it in big games late. He's bound to not blow it one game, and Utah can beat him, but I think it's between Caleb and Max right now, with Caleb having the edge.
Dude, I'll tell you one thing. What Caleb did against USC, I mean, Notre Dame, it made him look like he was just a man running around, like just a bunch of boys. Notre Dame's a pretty good defense. Marcus Freeman's a pretty damn good coach.
Closest thing to Mahomes I've seen.
Dude, throwing it, running it, just making people look silly out there. It was absolutely wild. Plus, he's got some wide receivers. Lincoln Riley's got things going out there. Now, you got to talk to me. The khaki does he own Ryan Day now? Think about where we were just a few years ago. They were talking about getting rid of Jim Harbaugh.
I mean, what I said was, it seems to me like the Michigan era has started in this rivalry. Now, does that mean they're going to go on a run like Ohio State did? I mean, probably not. That's pretty crazy. But Michigan is not afraid of Ohio State. I mean, they just pushed them around again. You had the whole off season after they pushed you around last year. You built your whole season around this game, and you let them push you around again. It's like getting beat up in front of your family and then catching the dude a year later after you've worked out for a year and just done push-ups and gotten pissed, and then he beats you up again. Like, at some point, like, you wonder, am I ever going to beat this guy, man? Sometimes you just can't escape him. And look, does Jim Harbaugh wear, cleats inside? Yes. Is he kind of quirky? Yes. But he's figured it out. That's the truth.
Yeah, he really has figured it out. He's got things going in the right direction. Michigan looked super strong. What do you think about J.J. McCarthy finally having that game that every Michigan fan wanted? He came up big, and he was throwing the deep ball beautifully.
Yeah.
He's a very, very young fella. How far can Michigan go this year?
I think they got a good chance to play Georgia in the national championship game. I think we may see a rematch of the first playoff game last year, because I think they're going to be 1-2 going into it, so they wouldn't meet to the Natty. You know what J.J. McCarthy's been like for me this season? He's been so close on some of these deep balls. It's like he's getting closer and closer. It's like on the TV screen or the computer screen where you got that cube that just bounces around, and it's just getting closer to the edge and closer to the edge and closer to the edge, and finally it gets to the edge. You're like, yes, and then it starts back over. I think what we saw with J.J. McCarthy was him finally hitting the edge. He has a ton of talent. Look, they put a lot on him. They put a lot on him in that game. They pitched backwards, play action on first down, and he handled it well. J.J. McCarthy just growing up right before our eyes, man.
Man, J.J. McCarthy is growing up like right there in front of our eyes. C.J. Stroud hadn't beat Michigan. It's kind of weird how things work out. The young fella outplayed him, outperformed him, outdid everything. And when the way that game started, I thought Ohio State was going to come out there. They punched him in the mouth, and I was like, this thing's about to be a rout. But my goodness, Michigan came in there and beat them up in the second half. Now, the craziest game from the weekend to me was, you could say South Carolina, Clemson. That was absolutely crazy. The special teams for South Carolina were out of control. But if you watched Oregon and Oregon State to come back, they were down 21 points, scored 27 unanswered points, win that football game. And they did it without throwing the football at all. There was 3 minutes left in the third quarter. And they decided, you know what, we're just going to run the ball down their throat and quit trying to throw the ball because our quarterback keeps turning it over left and right. And they came back and won. My gosh, how Dan Lanning let that happen? Was it because he was too super aggressive on offense?
Man, I couldn't believe they went for it on that 4th and 1 at their own 30. That's what shocked me. But I had picked Oregon State to win. I took a money line. I felt like they had a good chance. I think Jonathan Smith's one of the most underrated coaches in the country. They win their bowl game. They're going to have 10 wins. This is a legit job. by him. You know, it was a mixture of Oregon blowing it and Oregon State letting them blow it. I mean, Oregon State was like, all right, we're just going to run it right at you. Then you had the drop punt. You had to catch a couple breaks, and Oregon State did. And yeah, it's like to me, Oregon was always somewhat suspect, especially after what happened against Georgia. But they seemed to put it together. I just think what you saw was Oregon kind of relaxing and Oregon State keeping their foot on the pedal. And whenever that happens, there's always a chance.
Most exciting championship game, is it Utah-USC Friday night, or is it Saturday morning, Kansas State-TCU?
Man, I think Kansas State-TCU is going to be an absolute fist fight. I mean, Kansas State, Will Howard at quarterback, they're on fire right now, playing their best ball. TCU, hell of a job against Iowa State. I know they're not exactly the Globetrotters, but to dismantle them the way they did was impressive. I'm going to go Big 12 game.
Do me a favor and plug away, Jake.
Oh, yeah. Check us out. Go to YouTube. Type in CRAIN and Company. Got some great stuff, talking a ton of college football, NFL, everything that's going on. Team USA. Winner gets to write the nuclear deal, baby, against Iran. How confident are you? That's how confident I am.
Oh, I dig it. One other thing I always dig, your Monday night pick. We got Steelers, Colts. Indy's a 2.5 favorite, total 39.5. You like anything?
Yeah, man. Give me Jeff Sunday. Give me the Colts money line at -135. Don't think you'd be crazy to put Colts money line plus a Jonathan Taylor anytime touchdown.
Dude, I love it. He is Jake Crane. Be blessed out there, and we'll do it again soon, my friend.
All right, brother. Be good.
That is Jake. Jake, hitting on all points today, you got to say. Didn't go in hard on Lane. I mean, I feel bad because, I love Lane. I like Lane. I like the fact that he's still on Ole Miss. The fact that he turned that into a $9 million a year deal.
What a deal.
When they struggled down the stretch and on, what was it, Thanksgiving? Yeah, the Egg Bowl.
Turkey Day.
Turkey Day. I'm sorry, I can't remember that. It feels so long ago. Like, as much as I've eaten, it's like your brain kind of stops working when you're.
Puts you in a food coma.
Yeah, I've been in a food coma. But, man, like the way that game ended, the second half that Ole Miss played, the not giving the ball to your best player on fourth down. You already threw it to a defensive player once. You went back to the well and tried to do it again. Like, come on now. Give it to Judkins. 4th and 1.
You didn't like the shovel drive?
Or how about kick the extra point?
How about they ran the same play twice?
Hey, that's what I was saying.
With the fullback.
Trying to go with the it was the defensive player. Yeah, it was
we're number 80-something.
It was, man, I know his name, too. This is going to drive me crazy.
I don't know his name, so I can't help you.
It's
I can
the
look
big
it up
boy.
for you,
It's the big boy. Starts with a P.
Big boy starts with a P, Ole Miss.
I'm pretty sure it starts with a P.
I believe you.
I might be wrong.
Number 80-something. It's not Michael Oher, is it? That's the first name that came up when I looked it up.
Pegues.
Oh, Michael Oher got mad the other day.
Pegues, J.J. Pegues.
Big J.J. Pegues. What position does he play on defense?
Defensive tackle.
DT.
Yeah, he's a big old boy.
And now he plays fullback.
And he caught a touchdown pass.
He did.
But I don't know if that's like the best offensive play you got. I mean, he is 6'2", 315, but, maybe 330. I don't know. But anyway, it was wild. I got to tell you one thing. We're about to do all the things that we've done, we love to do. I hope you looked good on Thanksgiving. Do you want to look good on Christmas as well?
Yeah.
Well, you go down to 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch. Bing, bang, boom. You're at Frontier Western Store. They have all your fall fashions. By the way, the thing about Frontier Western Store is you can do all your Christmas shopping. You can do all your Hanukkah shopping. You can do all your shopping there for one simple reason. They have everything. Head to toe, they can dress you, style you, and profile you. They have the cowboy hats. They got cowboy and Western work boots. They have dress boots. They have all the jeans from Ariat to Miss Me to Girly Girl, all the way to Wrangler and everything in between. They're waistline friendly, skinny, small, big, and tall. They got you all. Plus, they have a ladies' boutique, a children's department, and if you can't get down to Olive Branch, don't worry. You can shop online at FrontierWesternStore.com. Frontier Western Store and FrontierWesternStore.com. Get your shopping on and look good. Guess what, Jay? I'm in the box.
John? Oh, John, you know what this music means?
It's we're going surfing.
Yeah, no, it's called Forearm Shiver by Sam Spence.
Sounds like we're about to go surfing.
NFL Films music. It does kind of sound surfy. It kind of sounds like you're in the ocean or something.
Dude, I could get out here and like do.
Oh,
yeah. Like
no, John,
school.
this music means it's Monday Night Football night. Oh, the NFL, John, it never seems to stop, especially this week. 3 games on Thanksgiving. Tonight, we have the Steelers and the Colts. Jake just mentioned it. The Colts are favored by 2. Jeff Saturday became Jeff Sunday, and now he's Jeff Monday. So can the Colts beat the Steelers and Mike Tomlin, John?
Can they? Absolutely.
Are they the team that can and will?
I think they can, and I think they will tonight.
How
I
about
like
that?
I don't know if you know this. The Eagles barely got by the Colts. You saw that, right?
Yeah, they did.
Barely. The Colts held the Eagles to 17 points. Did you see how many points that the Eagles scored last night?
Yeah, but they gave 33 though. But
Well,
they
I'm
scored
not,
40.
Hey! I never said that the
So the
offense
Packers-
for the Colts.
The
was
Packers
the
almost beat the Eagles
did
technically.
with Jordan Rodgers. I mean Jordan
Love.
Jordan Love. By the way, Love Hurts. Did you see that picture? Jordan Love hugged, Jalen Hurts, and they turned around.
Love
and
Hurts.
The dude took a picture of their jersey and it says "Love Hurts."
Great song.
And I was like, oh
that's
man.
Love Stinks is the song. I thought it was Love Hurts.
Whatever, I don't know.
I like it though.
But I like Love Hurts.
Me too.
I think that's just the normal saying, Love Hurts.
It's true.
It is true. What was the question?
Would you take the Colts tonight, John?
Oh, yes, because, dude, number one, ergo, they did beat the Raiders. And I don't know if you know this, the Raiders are actually pretty good lately.
They did a big win for the Raiders. Game winner in OT.
Hey, the Raiders have won 2 games in a row in overtime.
Racking them together.
They're racking them up
Against
together.
the Hawks.
And they beat Geno Smith, Seahawks, in Seattle with the 12th man.
With the 12.
By the way, did you see the play where there was an interception by Seattle and their linebacker ran onto the field and he was actually to celebrate the interception and then he realized the play was going and then he started running down and blocking and nobody caught it?
No.
Except for everybody on Twitter caught it like, hey, watch homie run off the sideline to celebrate the interception. And then the guy gets up and starts running because he wasn't touched. And then he's like, oh, the play's going on. So he starts blocking.
Then he gets hit, though.
And then it was great.
It was great.
It was great. Yeah, I definitely am riding with the Colts and Jeff Monday.
Jeff Monday, that's his new name. I love that we're calling him Jeff
Monday.
Monday now.
I just don't have faith in the Steelers, do you?
Not particularly. Not on the road. I love Mike Tomlin. I'll
Look,
take Mike
TJ
Tomlin
Watt
as a
is
home
bad
dog.
mamma jamma. You know
And
what
their
scares
defense
me?
is back, John. That's the
What
thing.
scares me is Matt Ryan in that pocket holding the ball for a second. TJ Watt strip sacking him.
Patting that ball. Nobody
Yep.
pats the ball in the pocket like Matt
And
Ryan.
I do have to admit, the Steelers have been playing a lot better of lately. Like they played pretty good against the Bengals
They
last
have.
time they went out.
They have.
They beat somebody the week before that. I can't even remember who it was.
It was that they were a home dog. They beat the Saints.
That's right. They beat up on the Saints.
by 10. Yeah, beat them
Yep.
up good.
Beat them up pretty good. They, they've played some decent football. What do
Playing
you think
good
about
ball.
Kenny? Kenny Smallhands is the real deal Holyfield, isn't he?
I don't know, John. I want to put Mitch back out there and see how Mitch can do.
Oh, well,
But I know they're not
like
going to
Kenny
do
Pickett.
that. I want to see how Mitch. I mean, this is if you love backup quarterbacks this week, John. Who is your best? Who's your bonus
White.
question? White Mike.
Man, the best dude.
I love White Mike.
Let me tell you something. That dude went out there and somewhere
He was balling.
Zach Wilson is like, dude, it's over for me.
I know you're not a Star Wars guy, but he had his hood on the way that Anakin Skywalker did when he became Darth Vader, and they had the pictures
no
right.
idea what you're talking about.
Darth Vader's the big villain in Star Wars.
Yes,
but
I don't know who Anakin is.
Anakin is who Luke
Skywalker's Anakin?
That's his dad. But Anakin is who Darth Vader was before he was Darth Vader. He was a Jedi named Anakin Skywalker, and then he became Darth Vader, who's like the leader of the dark side of the Emperor Palpatine. And so he had his hood on yesterday, and they had a picture of him and Anakin right before he became Darth Vader, and they looked exactly the same. So Zach Wilson might become the most evil person in the NFL.
So Anakin is Vader.
They're the same.
And Finkel is Einhorn.
That's right.
Oh, man, I got it, dude. I even took it all the way back to a Miami Dolphins reference. Tua, by the way, is playing out of control, but we got to talk about these Tigers with Terry Davis on the other side, plus a little Griznaz. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Be sure to follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows, stay up to date with station events, and have chances to win prizes. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ.
During the summer months, it might feel a little strange to go to a happy hour while it's still light out. But now, when the sun sets early, it's the perfect time to swing by 117 Prime, Memphis's premier downtown dining destination for the best happy hour in town. 4 to 6, Tuesday through Saturday. Enjoy the $1.50 big, flavorful Gulf oysters and the $5 house wines, the $5 craft cocktails, the old-fashioned, the French 75, the daiquiri, and the margarita, or just have a $3 domestic beer. The prices, the food, the atmosphere. It all makes 117 Prime's happy hour happy indeed.
It's the year-end sales event at Gossett Mitsubishi, and have we got a deal for you? Get power, safety, and bold style with 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport, $329 a month or $25,345. And take your pick at Gossett Mitsubishi, 2023 Mitsubishi Outlander or 2023 Eclipse Cross. We Gossett at $379 a month, or you'll find 1.9 for 36 months available. And if you're looking for peace of mind in your new ride, get a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Shop Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online anytime at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we Gossett at Gossett Motor Cars.
Sport 75 months at 5.44 APR. Outlander and Eclipse 72 months at 4.90. All 500 military rebates. Sport NU 020537. MSRP 26095. Outlander PC 009630. MSRP 296. Eclipse PC 06400. MSRP 28785. Includes all rebates and incentives. Excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 11/30/22. Dealer stock only.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
Rich Eisen here from Monday Night Football on Westwood One. Week 12 concludes with Mike Tomlin's Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to Indianapolis to face Matt Ryan and the Colts. Both are coming off a disappointing loss last week, which will bounce back with a win. Join me from the studio, along with Kevin Harlan and Hall of Famer Kurt Warner on the call to find out on Monday Night Football.
Right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Football season is underway, so now is the perfect time to download FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because right now, new customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's free bets back. If your first bet doesn't win, just sign up with the promo code WIN. FanDuel has all your favorite bets, from the money line to point spreads to player props. So sign up today with promo code WIN for your no-sweat first bet. Make every moment more this season with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
Must be present in state where lawful to wager. 21 plus in select states. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit fanduel.com/RG. Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Virginia. 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. Arizona 1-800-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat. Connecticut 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Indiana, Kansas 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com. Louisiana 1-877-770-STOP. New York 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Tennessee Redline 1-800-889-9789. Wyoming, West Virginia 1-800-522-4700 or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net.
The worm may be turning. This is Sheldon Rosengarten with Mark Spensdorf Realtors. The worm I'm talking about isn't about fishing. It's about the real estate market that is changing. Sale prices seem to be more fluid as we're seeing more price reductions and negotiations. The seller's market may be transitioning into a market that is adjusting to the higher interest rates. There's even talk about buy-downs and ARMs, adjustable rate mortgages. But if it sounds confusing, it can be. The reason people often say that when you want the job done, call or email Shell Done. I've been doing this for so long that I remember rates at 15 and 18%. So if you're thinking of selling your home, I always tell people to talk to 2 to 3 real estate brokers, but make sure that I am one of them. Find out about my highly successful strategic marketing program. You can reach me at 483-0546 or memphisrelocate.com. That's Sheldon Rosengarten at memphisrelocate.com or 483-0546. Do it now.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these bones.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder's hanging up in the hizzy. Not hanging up, but hanging out, I guess. Hanging upside down sometimes. Because you are a little bit crazy. A little crazy. Now, Tiger basketball is actually a little crazy, too. The Seton Hall game, did you see the ending of that?
What a shot.
Bank three-pointer. There's no way he got that off in 2 seconds. It's mathematically, I pulled the stopwatch out. They had a very slow clock operator. Dude, what is he over there, like, sitting there, like, looking at his phone, and then, the guy's got the ball. Let me start the clock.
Well, you know what they say about Disney World.
Hey, by the way.
It's the most magical place on earth.
It is very magical.
So the clock is magic.
Yes, it was magic. And that bank three-pointer, it was very upsetting. But then the Tigers locked in. They beat up on Nebraska. Stanford couldn't score to save their life. They didn't even crack 50. Nebraska ball is not that good.
No, it's not.
We'll say the
SEC.
SEC,
They beat Florida State yesterday, though, right?
Did they? I didn't pay attention to Nebraska and Florida State basketball, to be honest with you.
I didn't watch it after the first 10 minutes, but they were up by 6, so I'm just going to assume they won.
Just assumptions.
Right.
Hey, assumptions make out of all of us. But it is time to talk Terry Davis. We got to talk a little Tiger basketball. Big week down in the Magic Kingdom. They closed things out extremely well. Also worried, though, about the health of Kendrick Davis. Do you play him this Wednesday against, North Alabama or something?
I played against North Alabama.
Is it North Alabama? It is North
right.
Alabama Wednesday.
Yeah, right.
They're such a bad team that I'm thinking to myself, you actually got to play against North Alabama?
I did, John.
Did you score a bucket?
I don't remember. I'm sure I did.
No.
I coached in that game. It all runs together after a while, to be honest with you.
I
have no idea.
I know how it is. Today is Monday, correct?
I think so, right?
And it's time to talk with Terry Davis. What's up, TD?
What's up, my brother? You know one thing I'm glad I know about you?
Uh-oh.
I'm glad you stay on one story.
I stick to one story?
Stay in on one story because you always jumping off a cliff.
Man, I am always jumping off a cliff. You know that, dude. I'm prone to panic. Okay, I am prone to panic, and I will say the Seton Hall the game though it did leave me dejected. I was thinking about how can't you make a free throw with her free throws? I'm screaming. Then they get the rebound, and I'm like yes, and then he throws the rebound away, and I'm just like freaking out. Then I'm screaming at the clock operator. Like, just everything kind of fell apart with the Seton Hall game. But then they put it back together. They did look really good. And the defense for this basketball team is out of control. And what Dre gives you, the intangibles, just the way he makes his teammates better and everything he does on the court, he's definitely something that you can't shake your hat. You can hang your hat on that. I'm just a little bit worried. They need some more shooting. Do they have any shooting coming? Have you heard anything lately?
Not lately. It's all depending on what the NCAA do. And, they don't do anything fast, especially.
No, they don't.
And especially with their history of how much they love Memphis. So they're not trying to do Memphis any favors, But my thing is, I think the Tigers actually benefited by losing. I'm going to tell you one point. Because they lost, they had the opportunity to play Stanford and Nebraska. And that's going to help the RPI down the road because of who they're going to be playing.
Huh. I didn't even think about it like that. Man, it's amazing how you find that. That's why I call you the human Care Bear. Like, you do the Care Bear stare and you can find the positive out of anything. It's kind of a miracle worker. But yes, playing Nebraska and Stanford, who that they're going to play in their conference is going to help with their RPI. I agree totally. Now, on the court right now, offensively, they have it, they don't. Late management, with the basketball, things of that nature. What are you seeing them actually on the court? What are they doing positive, and what are you worried about?
What they're doing positive is, other than the Seton Hall game, they actually playing better as a unit together. They doing balanced scoring because in the 2 wins they had great balanced scoring. In the loss, DeAndre did what he cannot do. He played 10 minutes. They cannot win with him playing 10 minutes with the lack of quality depth on the bench. But after that, everyone's playing better. Keontae Kennedy is really, really improving as the season goes on. And if he keeps improving and DeMario comes in, I think, it's going to be a lot to worry about, not to worry about, because one thing about this team, they're not going to score a lot of points, but the opponent's not going to score a lot of points. So if they can stick around the 70-point range, they should be pretty good in most games.
What do you think about right now where Malcolm's at? You know, Malcolm has he has some moments where I look at him and like, yes. I mean, he's having yes, this is what we've been waiting on. He looks healthy. He dominates. And then he has some plays that you just kind of shake your head and wonder what he's doing.
Malcolm is the big unknown mystery because if Malcolm can do one thing and be consistent, if he just give you 8 and 8, we would take that all day long and not have 8 turnovers. Malcolm's biggest thing is he tried to do stuff outside of his comfort zone. He always bring the ball down low, which he never should do. He's always trying to dribble the ball, and he also always committing dumb fouls out on the perimeter. You know, he needs to be down low. He needs to just stay in his lane and do what he does best and not try to do stuff outside his zone.
Outside his zone. I see that. I see what you're saying. But it is, again, like he's one of the most exciting players and frustrating players, period. Now, Dre, my gosh, how important is his team? Is he even more important than Kendrick Davis?
He's more important than Kendrick Davis because he's like I say, he's the glue. You know, he helps, he motivates the guys to make sure they don't slack off. He's a danger to score. He's hot defensively. He's going to be talking noise to get in other people's ear and players' ear, and that's how that guy got a check because, you know, he was in his ear. He was like one of those annoying net. He's really good, but he's not great. But without him, the Tigers can't be great.
Yeah, the Tigers without him definitely can't be great. What are you thinking about the Lawsons, where they're at, especially where Chandler's at?
Chandler is doing what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to rebound balls, you know, cut to the basket, make points. You know, he had those 2 wins. He was great in those 2 wins. You know, even in the loss in St. Louis, he was good up in the loss in St. Louis. You know, he's going to do what he has to do. He's a leader on the court. You know, he's not going to have a lot of big stat lines, but he's going to do a lot of little things. And I wish he had just held onto the ball for 3 more seconds. That last
just
game.
Hold it. They're going to foul you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was painful. That game made me, like I said, a little bit crazy. But when you also look at this team right now, they do seem to like each other. They're playing better at the beginning of the year. The question is do they have the ceiling that the team last year that started off so bad? Everybody last year, like at Christmas time, was already giving up on the Tigers. Then they go and play one of the best games in the NCAA tournament against the Zags, had them down in the first half. But again, they had a lot of young talent. They had some big boys. They had a rim protector in Jalen Duren. What do you see the heights of this team possibly being?
To answer your first question, no, they don't have the ceiling of last year's team. Last year's team could have won a national championship if they did everything they needed to do up front. This team could possibly go to a Final Four, but I don't know if they can win a Final Four. I'm not saying they can't win it, but with defense, everything's possible, and they get hot at the right time. But if they make it to the third weekend of the tournament, I would not be shocked.
I would. That would be nice. That would be. I'd be a little shocked, but that would be nice. By the way, just a little sidebar. Speaking of, did you watch any of the USC Notre Dame game?
I watched the whole game.
Man, is Taj Washington not balling out there at USC?
I've been following Taj ever since he's left. As a matter of fact, him and Javon Avery always talk. So every time I talk to Javon Avery, I ask him, has he talked to Taj? Taj, you know, he started the year off really slow, but he really just took off in the end, man. And he's going to be great even next year because he's not going pro, and 2 of those guys are going pro. So he's going to be there next year because his quarterback can't go anywhere.
Yeah, Caleb Williams is a bad man, like a bad man. He locked up the Heisman, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
My goodness.
With the performance of Ohio State up at home this past weekend, gave it to Caleb Williams.
I'm with you right there. Now I got to bring up the Tiger football. Man, they looked really good in the first half. That was a very tough loss. That had to be painful. I thought they had SMU. And, of course, just these games, they feel like they're so close. Can you put your finger on what is it about being in a close game at a good team and just always feeling like they come up short?
You know what? One thing about Memphis, when they get close, they just don't have that they just don't have that closer. You know, they don't have that close. If they had that closer mentality, this team will probably be playing for the championship this weekend because they're not a bad team. You know,
they're right there.
Right, it's crazy because you look at the 4 of the losses they had were by less than a touchdown, and they led in every game. of those losses. It's crazy.
It is crazy. It is crazy. It is crazy. Now, how do you think, 6-6 this year? Silverfield is pretty much safe. What do you think about next year? Again, they've had 2 great recruiting classes. How much are they going to lose to the transfer portal, or how much are they going to be able to bring in? What do you think about next year's outlook?
Next year's outlook, Ryan always said the bowl is the bare minimum. The bowl is not the bare minimum next year.
Not with that schedule. They better win a bunch of games next year with that weak schedule.
But you know what? Everyone says that schedule is bad, but if you look at the people that are coming in, UTA, North Texas, both of those guys are playing for the championship game this weekend. And then you got Florida International, coming in. It's not as weak as it's going to be. They're not as strong as the Cincinnati's and the UFC's is leaving out. But they're not, chopped liver coming in either.
They're not chopped liver. I would definitely say they're not chopped liver. But, oh, my gosh. All right, the Grizzlies right now. We've got to get over to a little bit of Grizzlies.
Oh, my God. That game. You see the game last night?
Man, dude, of course I saw the game last night with the Knicks.
Oh, my God.
I also saw Pete Davidson sitting on the court, I think. Was that him?
Yeah, with Pete Davidson. Yeah. I wish I could have gone to that game. But the reason I didn't go to that game, because I thought I was going to go to Dallas. But at the 11th hour, I said, no, I'm not going to waste my time going to Dallas.
Why?
Tigers football.
Oh, I thought you were talking about. Never mind. I was thinking possibly the Grizzlies. So you didn't go to that game last night because you thought you were going to go to Dallas?
I was going to go to Dallas, but I changed my mind at the 13th hour.
Well, Ja Morant was absolutely out of control. 34 points, 9 assists. They beat back New York in overtime. That was a crazy dead-gum basketball game. It was one that the Grizzlies needed. They got it, and I don't know, man. Like they started off the year, first game of the year, they dropped the Knicks at home. They went on the road, returned the favor again. It seems like they just kind of they got these young fellers.
You know what? They got what the Tiger football team don't have. They got closing. They got some ABCs. The OB closing. Ja closes. Jaren closes. Conchar plays defense. Brandon Clark did what he needed to do on Jalen Brunson at the last minute. It's amazing, because normally, a team in the past could have lost that game, but this team right here is slowly getting back to rhythm. And just imagine when Desmond Bain come back in hopefully a week, and when Zaire Williams come back in hopefully 2 weeks, this team's going to get even better.
Now, speaking of, they are going to get better. They're playing a Timberwolves team that's lost 2 in a row. I feel like they're pretty good against this Timberwolves team. Are they going to beat the brakes off of them when they head on the road and play them in Minnesota?
I hope so. But one thing about Memphis is everyone's Super Bowl now because they finished second in the West last year. Everybody gonna look. We can get ourselves back together if we can only beat Memphis. If we can beat Memphis, we can get our season back on track. So they're gonna bring it all. And don't forget, this is gonna be the first time that this Minnesota crowd has seen the Grizzlies since they eliminated them last year. So it's gonna be wild up there on Wednesday night.
Yeah, it is going to be a pretty wild game, man. Yeah, since they eliminated them. I like that. By the way, though, did you see Draymond Green kind of laughing at Rudy Gobert the other night, like when they were playing in the Golden State Warriors game when he fell down?
Yeah, you know what? They slowly getting on track, too, the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, you better watch out for them. I don't know if you remember that Steph guy's pretty good. By the way, you're pretty good. I appreciate you joining me. Follow him at TerryD515. Read his work at the Tri-State Defender. Tell me what you got coming down the pipe this week. What you working on? Where you going to be? Where the people need to know.
Wednesday night Tigers, Friday night Grizzlies, man. It's going to be a good weekend. Philadelphia, they might not be loaded for Bear, but, if you hadn't been to a game at the FedEx Forum on a weekend, come see the Grizzlies, man. They're fun to watch. And it's a lot more stuff fun to watch, too, at their game. That's a great place to be on the weekend.
Man, you ever seen their little walkout other than Twitter, like in real life, where they come out to the game?
Oh, no, we can't go back there like that. That's
I didn't think so.
But that's nice. That is really nice how they do that, though. It's
Every
really
game,
nice
man.
Every game is something different.
And it seems like Kenny Chandler's always the one who's leading them in whatever they're doing.
Yes, exactly. And that's kind of good because Ja not leading them, so Kenny's is one leading them, so it takes a little bit of pressure off of Ja and then give Kenny a little light. And it just shows you how unified those guys are, and it's not fake. It's no cap. It's all real, man. It's for real.
Yeah, they look like out of all the teams that you can think of, they look like they like each other more than anybody else. Like they actually enjoy playing with each other.
Exactly, because they want each other to do well. Because like David Roddy's playing well, hitting threes. You know, they all want each other to do well. You know, they don't worry about no one else's money, no one else's contract. They have one goal, is to win every night and play as a family.
Man, TD, be blessed out there. You just got the Care Bear stare. That was Terry Davis. Follow him at TerryD515. Enjoy your week, my brother.
Talk to you later.
That is TD. We're back in 2 shakes. I got to give my quarterback ranking. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Let former Memphis Tiger Gabe Kuhn and Brett Norsworthy take you home every afternoon with Sports Time on Sports 56. Weekdays from 3 to 6 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Are you suffering from chronic joint pain like Heather?
So I have terrible arthritis and have had it for quite a while. And I've gone to all kinds of doctors trying to figure out what to do. And everybody just said surgery. And surgery was months of rehab. And I didn't want to do that.
But then Heather discovered QC Kinetics, local medical professionals who specialize in natural biologic treatments, non-invasive solutions designed to repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints. And she absolutely loves the results.
I like to tell anybody who's suffering that there are options that are not steroids, that are not surgery. You owe it to yourself to find out about QC Kinetics and find out what they can do for you.
No surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Discover QC Kinetics and learn more about natural biologic treatments with lasting results.
Call QC Kinetics, 901-445-1010. That's 901-445-1010. 901-445-1010.
Football is here, and this season, my 46th as a professional handicapper. More than any season before, you need my help when it comes to sports wagering. The transfer portal has made it impossible for the average fan to keep up with college football. Take advantage of our experience, contacts, and information and get season service, college and pro football and college basketball for $1,000. Total cost, no add-ons or extra charges. Every play we make through the NCAA Final Four championship. 5 losing seasons in 45 years is a phenomenal record. Last season, 65.5% against the spread, including a 13-4 record on our 10-star plays. Call me, John Rainey, the Rain Man, at 901-461-4600. That's 461-4600, and get season service for $1,000. The Rain Man and All-Star Sports. You can't do any better.
Simple, smooth, and every sip as easy as the last. Tito's handmade vodka tastes just as good with tap water as it does with your favorite mixer. Back in the day, Tito distilled, hand bottled, taste tested, sent to a few friends, then taste tested again to give you the finest juice around. No frills, no flavors, no fancy labels, just the good stuff. Just Tito's. For recipes, videos, and more, visit Tito'sVodka.com.
Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas, 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Hey, Jeff Allen, the year's winding down. What you got planned before we ring in the new year at Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah?
Year-end sales event is on. How about 41 MPG Highway 2023 Kia Forte LXS, $289 a month, 36-month lease with $27.99 due at signing, or a 2022 Kia Sorento, $391 a month, 36-month lease and $34.99 due at signing.
Jeff, you're smashing high gas prices, and you got something for everybody over there. Plus, every Gossett Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
But if you don't see exactly what you're looking for, I'll order it for you, and you won't pay over MSRP at Gossett Kia Mount Moriah. So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia Mount Moriah.
That's Gossett Kia South, 2680 Mount Moriah or KiaMountMoriah.com. Forte P 543,577, MSRP 22,335, Sorrento NG 149,424, MSRP 32,305. Includes all rebates and incentives, must finance through Kia, excludes tax, title, and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 11/30/22. With approved credit dealer stock only. Warranties and limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details.
If you need glass replaced, there's only one name you need to know. Binswanger Glass, the largest full-service glass company in the U.S. They've been an industry leader for over 145 years. For all your residential, commercial, or auto glass needs, Binswanger Glass is the name you need to know. 24-hour emergency service for all commercial customers, plus a nationwide warranty on all professionally installed glass. Visit Binswanger Glass in Midtown at 340 South Hollywood across from the Liberty Bowl. Visit binswingerglass.com. Binswanger Glass.
want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder's in the house hanging out with me. Thank you to Terry Davis and to Jake Crane who joined us in the first hour. We talked a little of this, a little of that, and a whole lot of everything else. And we got a lot of NFL football to talk about on the other side, plus some college football.
We do.
We got all kinds of crazy
White
stuff.
Mike.
Dude, he is like Zach Wilson. He just doesn't like him anymore.
Well, that guy stinks, Zach Wilson.
Yeah, he does. And again, Finkel is Einhorn, Einhorn is Finkel, and Anakin is Vader.
Vader.
And Vader is Anakin?
That's right. And they're also both Zach Wilson.
And they're both Zach Wilson. It is time to get my quarterback rankings, but first I have to tell you, now's the perfect time to download FanDuel. It's America's #1 sports book because right now new customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's free bets back if your first bet does not win. Just sign up with the promo code HAPPY. I love FanDuel because I love betting futures, money lines, point spreads, players, props. I like parlays where I can combine my bets for bigger payouts. I love live betting. I was watching this weekend, Washington and Washington State. I bet Washington State. And then I watched Michael Penix Jr. throwing that laser of his arm all over the place. Guess what I did? I cashed out of my bet when Washington State scored and tied it up because I knew that Washington was going to roll them in the end of the game. Cashed out and then put everything I had on Washington.
Little live action.
Little live action. You can't do that anywhere else, but you can do it with FanDuel. It's all on an app that's safe, secure, super easy to use. Sign up today with the promo code HAPPY for your no-sweat first bet. That's promo code HAPPY. Make every moment more this season with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NFL. You must be 21 and present in Tennessee. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets. They expire in 14 days. Restrictions do apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call the Tennessee Red Line, 1-800-889-9789.
John, this is my favorite segment we do all week. And obviously, this is a real thing, John. And other networks around town, they're saying penis a lot and they now have bells.
Yes.
And other stations in town, other radio shows, they got bells. And I'm not saying I invented it, John, but it seems a little bit coincidental.
And your first take people are now bagging on Lamar Jackson.
And now that's exactly what I was going to say, is these segments that we're doing are popping up all over the place. So now, John, this is the best segment we do. Marconi Award-winning John Harden one day is arguing on behalf of Lamar Jackson being overrated, and I kind of tend to agree with him. He has him as number 21 ranked quarterback in the National Football League, 21st. So I'm going to give you the rankings we have so far. Today's number 10. Number 22 was Kyler Murray. Number 21, Lamar Jackson. Number 20, Jared Goff played in the Super Bowl. Number 19, Jimmy Garoppolo, also played in the Super Bowl. Number 18, slinging Colt McCoy. Number 17, Dak Prescott. 16, Russell Wilson. Well, he looked bad this week. Number 15, Kirk Cousins.
Yes, I'm going to say at the very end, I'm going to amend my quarterback rankings because let's cook. Dude, my man
Purcell.
You
see the lineman come off? Oh,
my man Purcell walked over there, and I thought he was about to beat up Russell Wilson. He played so bad.
And Russ just took
it. The Carolina Panthers beat the brakes off the Denver Broncos.
Steve Wilkes, good coach, John? Maybe so.
Maybe.
Wait to see. We'll wait to see. Anyway, number 16, Russell Wilson. 15, Kirk Cousins. 14, Justin Fields. 13, Ryan Tannehill. 12, Geno Smith. 11, Matt Stafford. So we're in the top 10, John. Who is your number 10 ranked quarterback in the National Football League?
It's got to be Trevor Lawrence.
Chris Sims loves this guy. He looks different, John. Tell me why.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, I loved
did
it.
say Trevor Lawrence, though, because I don't know if you know this. Trevor Lawrence outplayed Lamar Jackson as the Baltimore Ravens lost to the Jacksonville Jaguars yesterday, 28-27. Trevor Lawrence went out there, dropped 321 yards and 3 touchdowns all over Baltimore's defense, while Lamar Jackson, well, let's just say, was 16 for 32. I don't know if you know that, but that's
not good,
50%.
John. And then he lost his temper after the game. Wait, so who's the actual number 10 quarterback in the National Football League?
Jalen Hurts.
Jay Hurts. Tell me why, John.
He can run the football as good as Lamar Jackson. Now, I think running the football is important. That's why you have running backs, because you need to be able to run the football. Don't know if you know this, but if you are going to play in the National Football League today, you need a guy that can also throw the football. Guess what? Jalen Hurts can throw the football. The problem with Lamar Jackson is, while he might be the most special athlete on the field, there's one thing that his team can't do, and that's throw the damn ball. You kind of need your quarterback to be able to throw the football. Jalen Hurts, who's changed his mechanics, who got beat out by Tua at Alabama, went to Oklahoma, changed his game up a little bit, then goes to the Eagles. Well, he ran all over Green Bay's face last night. Not only did he run all over their face, he threw all over their face as well. Jalen Hurts, the number 10 quarterback in the National Football League right now, and I'd say he's number 3 on my MVP.
Really? Behind Tua, though?
Behind Tua
and
behind Patrick Mahomes.
And behind Mahomes, obviously.
I can't believe I'm saying that, but yes. My man Jalen Hurts had 17 carries, 157 yards. He had 16 for 28, 153 yards, and 2 touchdown passes.
I think
Eagles beat up on the Packers.
I think Kirk Cousins might be my MVP, John.
Oh, gosh.
I think
Stop
it's got
it.
to be Kirk Cousins.
You did see the game against the Cowboys, right?
I did, but what about the game last week? Or this
they
week?
beat the Patriots.
This week, I mean.
They beat the Patriots
John,
on Thanksgiving.
Exactly. That's meaningful.
Yeah, it's a Mac Jones-led team.
But it was also a primetime game, and that is where Kirk struggles the most, and he had a good game, John.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson had a game. 9 receptions, 139 yards, a touchdown.
On the other side, can we also talk about what a catch is? Can we talk about how to catch the football and like what catches are?
Yeah.
I think we need to talk about that.
We can do that. Do me a favor. Don't you dare touch the dial. We're going to get deep up in the NFL. Also talk a little college football. Plus, we got Hardwood because it feels so good. Speaking of Lamar Jackson, he told a fan, SFTU?
STFU.
Whatever. Is that right?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. Oh, yeah, I can't. You know what? I didn't do that very well. But you know what? I'll do better on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
DeSoto Auto Sales specializes in late model cars with low mileage. They have the highest standards in the car industry. All of their cars are test-driven, checked out from head to toe, unlimited inventory, every make and model. And if it's not on the lot, they'll find it for you. Walk in the door of DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Within 45 minutes, you can test your car, get credit approval, and finish paperwork within an hour. No shortcuts at DeSoto Auto Sales. Kind, courteous employees, a down-home environment. DeSoto Auto Sales cares about your time. Lowest prices in a 350-mile radius. We're living in a world today where time does matter. Visit them online. Check out their referrals. DeSotoAutosales.com. Very proud to serve DeSoto County and other surrounding areas. DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Call 662-890-7184. 662-890-7184. Come on down to DeSoto Auto Sales.
It's gotten colder outside, and the folks at Family Leisure want you to relax at home in your new massage chair or catch a game in your new home theater set. The Relax at Home sale is going on right now at Family Leisure with great deals on pool tables or shuffleboards, or enjoy a game with all your friends and your family. Also on sale now, saunas, hot tubs, patio furniture. It's the Relax at Home sale. Come by Family Leisure, I-40 and Whidden Road. That's where you'll relax at home.
Rich Eisen here from Monday Night Football on Westwood One. An AFC matchup coming at you from Indianapolis when Matt Ryan and the Colts play host to Kenny Pickett and the Steelers. Kevin Harlan and Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner will bring you all the action on air and on the free live stream sponsored by AutoZone. Join us for the Steelers at the Colts on Monday Night Football.
Right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
O'Reilly. When you need auto parts, O'ReillyAuto.com is just a few clicks away. We offer convenient options for you to get your parts quickly. Order online and pick up for free at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store. We'll even bring it out curbside. Or you can have your parts delivered right to your door with free shipping on most orders over $35. Visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
When cold symptoms keep you up, try Vicks NyQuil Severe for max strength nighttime relief. Just one dose of Vicks NyQuil Severe starts to relieve 9 of your worst cold and flu symptoms to help take you from 9 to none. Get some rest and feel better with Vicks NyQuil Severe. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, sore throat, stuffy nose, fever, best sleep with a cold. Medicine. Use as directed.
Visit Frontier Western Store today for new shirts and boots. Frontier is your top Carhartt store in the Mid-South. There's thousands of in-stock shirts and jeans. They have the classic K87 pocket tee in every color they make, including new ones just released. Available small to 4X. Want new jeans? Frontier has you covered with super tough work denim by Carhartt. And you've got to check out their selection of Ariat jeans for men, women, and children. You'll love how easy it is to find the size and style you need. Have you seen Frontier's remodeled world-famous boot showroom? It continues to expand. New styles by Ariat just arrived, plus plenty of in-stock proven classics too. Whether you need work or dress boots, trust that Frontier's the place to come. See thousands of pairs of Ariat boots and thousands more by Dan Post, Corral, Durango, Rocky, Twisted X, and others. And Frontier's pricing is lower than online and chain stores, so you know just the local shop to visit. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, and on the web at frontierwesternstore.com. Locally owned and operated since 1967.
Moving is stressful, but Black Tie Moving can take the worry out of the process. Whether you're moving across town or across country, moving your home or your office, your personal moving concierge from Black Tie Moving will work with you to design a plan that perfectly fits your budget and needs. And they're available 24/7 to answer any questions you have. Give Black Tie Moving a call at 901-316-6196 or go to blacktiemoving.com/Memphis to get your personal, no obligation quote from the moving experts at Black Tie Moving.
Ole Miss Rebel Yell is back. The Rebel Yell Hotline Radio Show is back on WHBQ Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Every Monday night at 6, hear the latest news on your Ole Miss Rebels with Yancey Porter with 24/7 Sports, former Ole Miss defensive tackle Mike Fitzsimmons, Gordon Ford covering SEC Sports Call, and former Ole Miss baseball announcer Gary Darby. From kickoff to free throw to extra innings, your Ole Miss Sports on the Rebel Yell Hotline Show right here Monday night at 6 on Sports 56, 560 AM and 98.5 FM. Your Mid-South Sports Station.
Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253 DF Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
Oh, yeah.
That is one of those things. When things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder's in the house. Last night, left the house. Aaron Rodgers had to leave the Eagles game, Monday Night Football. His thumb was destroyed. You could tell he could barely throw the ball. He was hurting him so bad.
He was throwing wobblers before the game.
No, he was throwing some BBs, though, dude. Dude, that touchdown pass that he threw, golly, was it Watson again? Or was it Randall Cobb? I think it was Cobb. Was that the first one was the tight end across the middle, and the second was that back throw, and I think it was the Cobb. That was a laser beam. My man can still spin the ball.
Even with a broken thumb.
Even with the broken thumb.
He doesn't need a thumb to throw it. That's how good he is.
That is actually very impressive. But Eagles did take care of business, but Jordan Love came in there. Got a question for you.
Yeah.
Packers fans today, after losing a game and basically ending their chances at the playoffs, seem to be a little excited on the Twitter. Says Packers fans, they're giddy because they see the future of Jordan Love and Christian Watson the same way that they see Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers.
That's hilarious, first of all. Dude, great. I don't even think he's the future of the franchise.
I will say he threw some laser beams. He looked very in control. And again, when Love and Hurts are hugging each other, Love hurts.
Love hurts.
It went really well. I mean, I will say rolling to his right and throwing the football he struggled with. Didn't get the touchdown. By the way, he did save my life. Them kicking that field goal last night. You know, I had the Eagles minus 6.5.
Really, I had the Packers plus 7.
Oh, my gosh.
So
are you jacked?
I pushed.
Dude, them kicking that deadgum field goal, though, if they would have scored that touchdown there, like when the Eagles didn't go for it on 4th and 3, I'm like, no, don't kick the field goal. They go up 10, they're going to let the Packers just move the ball right down the field, score a touchdown. And then the kickoff return was horrible. I was freaking out. The fact that I held on and won that Eagles game last night, I'm still a little bit shocked.
Sweating it out a little bit.
Especially the way the game opened it up, 13-0. Can't make a man, why can't we get these kickers to make their dead gum extra points?
Do the Eagles stink, John? I mean, is the Eagles? No, they don't stink. Or is the Eagles' defense bad?
Well, of late they look.
I'm telling you. And last week they could only put up how many points?
Against the Colts, they only scored 17 points.
17. Yeah, exactly.
The Eagles gave up 40 to the Packers. They gave up 30 to the Commanders. They gave up 17 to the Texans. Man, that's pretty bad. Now, they did, if we do remember, they did beat up on the Cowboys.
No, I don't remember
that. They did.
No, what have you done for me lately, though, John?
They beat those Steelers 35-13.
It's a new season. It's December almost. New football.
Well, their defense, I mean, they have the right pieces. The Eagles have the right pieces and everything. It's just right now that defensive front, they can't stop the run.
Hey, John, I'd go draft a quarterback if I were them. I have a stat about the Eagles. That's a topic for another day, maybe. I have a stat for you about the Eagles. So yesterday, the Eagles had 363 rushing yards. This is a great stat. That's the most they've had since.
Thank you.
No, this is a great stat, seriously. Not that I mean, that is a good number, but I'm telling you, this is awesome. Eagles had 363 rushing yards yesterday. That's the most they've had since they had 376 on November 21st, 1948 against the Washington Redskins. Steve Van Buren for the Eagles. Oh, Steve Van B. He had 176 yards that day. They had a guy named Bosch Pritchard, had 66 yards that day. They had another guy named Noble Das. He had 52 yards. The coach of the Eagles, this is the man's name, John. The coach of the Eagles, his name was Greasy Neal.
Greasy.
The man's name was Greasy. That was his name, Greasy Neal.
Dude, I wonder if he was a Dapper Dan man.
He probably had to be. Little dabble do ya. Washington's quarterback was Slinging Sammy Ball. Hall of Famer, John. His interception to touchdown ratio, 187 touchdowns, 203 interceptions. Hall of Famer. That day, though, he had 11 for 25 for 210, 2 picks, and 2 tutties. This really shows you how long ago this was, though. Okay, this is the stat. A guy named Dick Poyen. He returned, that's funny, isn't it? Dick Poyen returned a fumble, 93 yards for a touchdown, and then kicked the extra point.
You know, it's so weird. You have a weird stat from the game. I got a weird stat for you.
Let's hear it.
And this is not nearly, doesn't go back as far as
to the 40s.
It doesn't go back to the 40s. It does, however, go back to 2012, the NFC division game versus the Green Bay Packers. Jalen Hurts became the second player in NFL history with 150 passing yards, 150 rushing yards, and 2 touchdown passes in the same game. Who was the first player who ever did it? I told you it was in 2012, the NFC division game. The team was playing the Green Bay Packers.
Cam Newton.
No.
Dang, 2012?
San Francisco 49ers, Green Bay Packers, 2012 quarterback
would
was...
Would it have been Colin Kaepernick?
Colin Kaepernick.
That Cap.
Jim Harbaugh was coaching. Colin Kaepernick was playing quarterback. Frank Gore was his running back, man. Back in the day, son.
Frank Gore, Hall of Famer.
By the way,
not yet, but he will be.
By the way, speaking of a Miami football player, did you see the Sean Taylor? Did you see the Commanders?
Oh, I'm so glad you brought this up.
This was one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen.
It's a cool idea.
No. Okay, listen. There's ideas, and then there's executing those ideas.
It wasn't well executed.
Okay, so if you have a good idea, like, okay, you're going to propose to your girlfriend.
Uh-huh. Shout out Gabe Kuhn.
That is a great idea. Shout out Gabe Kuhn, who got engaged over the weekend. Congratulations. She said yes.
Great. That's a big factor. We got to say that.
Big congrats to big number 71.
No, okay, but engagement's an idea. You have to execute it.
You have to execute it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to think. I've seen some bad ones.
Like there's one Ronaldo bust somewhere that doesn't look anything like him. In like an airport somewhere or something like that.
Well, there's also like a dude who put he put the ring actually in a box of Cracker Jacks, and then he like re-glued it, and it was on the internet as well.
Uh-huh.
And the girl was like, the guy hands her a box of Cracker Jacks, and she throws it out the window. And he's like, "Whoa, no!" Like she's like, "What is this?"
Oh
and
my
tosses it out
gosh.
the window. And there was a real ring in there.
Inside.
So, the execution, the thought was great. I mean, not putting it in a Cracker Jack box. That's just the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It's also like you don't ask
going to a baseball game.
You don't ask a woman to marry you at a sporting event. Because
she has to say yes.
Well, no, number one, she should know immediately leaving that sporting event that he cares so much about himself that he's proposing me at the game that he wants to be at because I don't really care about these sporting events.
But you get to be on the Jumbotron. What if she does care about the sporting event? Have you ever seen Fever Pitch with Jimmy Fallon? And they fall in love watching Red Sox baseball in 2004 as they march towards the World Series?
Is this a real movie?
It's a real movie, I swear to God.
This premise is horrible.
I swear to God, it's a real movie.
So watching the Red Sox, they fell in love.
They fell in love.
They're like, man,
I think it's like Drew Barrymore and Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, I definitely didn't see this
Fever
movie.
Pitch.
Oh, yeah, back to what it
Anyway.
The execution. You need to pull off the execution. If you don't know about the Washington Commandos, they did not execute. Sean Taylor, they were supposed to basically immortalize him, make sure that they pay homage to him.
Put him in a box.
I don't know if you remember, he was, murdered. He was
trying to defend his house.
Yeah, he was at home. Somebody broke into his house, some crazy man. He was tragically murdered back in the 2000, or what was it? Very early 2000s.
Yeah.
Point is, Sean Taylor's family is all here for the Commandos game, for the Commandos. They used an old school, Washington uniform. They had his number, and it was all wire framed. Now, this is where things get bad. People started noticing that he had a Nike jersey on, Reebok pants, Adidas cleats. The cleats were soccer cleats, not even football cleats.
I didn't even notice all this.
Yeah, dude. This was so bad. And even the family, you can see when they unveil it and show it, they're taken aback. They're like, you're kidding me. This is how you're going to honor and...
I didn't even see the wire frame. I just thought it was floating.
No, it's the ugliest. That is some bad execution.
So why didn't they do they probably couldn't find a Reebok jersey.
Dude, wait, hold on. Nike, Adidas, and Reebok. They have 3 different brands, and they have him in soccer cleats, not in football cleats.
Well, maybe he was a soccer guy. That's crazy, though, honestly.
Dude, you gotta be able to execute.
I actually was very interested in seeing what the helmet was too.
If I'm Fred Smith, I'm like, I don't want my name on FedEx Field anymore right now. As bad as the Commanders,
unless it means I can buy the team.
Yeah.
In which case, I might want it on there.
Maybe.
No, but Bezos probably has the money to do that.
Yeah, Bezos and Jay-Z, by the way.
I was interested to see if they had a Redskins logo on there or not. I thought that would be the thing that was not historically accurate, not that they had a Nike jersey.
Actually, I think they did have the Washington old football Redskins helmet on.
They did.
It's about the only thing they executed correctly.
The only thing, and the Reebok shorts, pants.
It's so bad. So bad. Speaking of bad, looking over the weekend.
White Mike.
Are you a little bit worried about what you saw on Thanksgiving Day with the Buffalo Bills?
No, I'm not.
Do you think the Lions are actually that good?
The Lions are for real, John.
The Lions, dude, they won 3 straight going in.
Jared Goff is good.
Yes, he is.
He's actually good.
St. Brown is a baller, too.
He's so good. Man, I was about to, not that people care about my bets, I was so close to taking Jamal Williams and Amon-Ra St. Brown anytime touchdowns. It was even money on both of them. Oh, and you would have got both of them hit, John.
Yes, they did.
Oh, Jamal Williams is toting the rock, too. Mr. Don't Fumble. He did fumble once last week, but he doesn't fumble. Mr. Jamal Williams. He just runs hard.
He does run hard. You know who else runs hard?
Who?
Nick Chubb. Did you see what the Browns did to the Buccaneers in overtime yesterday?
Chubby time.
And
No, I didn't see it, John. You know why I didn't see it? Because Fox was contractually obligated to turn off that game and go to the Packers game.
You didn't see the end, really?
I mean, I did see the end, but
did Fox really do that?
Fox on
we have the,
all of the networks,
the game
so you can watch all the games
package,
on all of. If you were watching on Fox anywhere across the country, except for I think the cities where those teams play in,
interrupted.
They had to, but the NFL makes them contractually obligated to go to the next game, so nobody saw the touchdown.
Nick Chubb, man.
Chubby time.
Chubby time. Don't play no games. 26 carries, 116 yards, and the Buccaneers got clipped. They're now 5-6. The NFC.
That was a great game, though, man.
I mean, that was great.
Pass. It was 4th down, and Jacoby throws that touchdown pass to David Njoku. What balls on that pass, man?
Is that the last pass that we see Jacoby Brissett throw? Because guess who starts next week?
Oh, Deshaun.
Deshaun Watson's back.
Oh, Jacoby. No, Jacoby will come in to sneak. John, nobody runs the QB sneak like Jacoby Brissett. He's the best in the league at it.
Jalen Hurts is better than him.
It's
The
that
Eagles
short
are
stature.
better.
You can sneak through those holes between the linemen's hips.
I'll still take Jalen Hurts over Jacoby Brissett.
Just to sneak, though.
No for anything.
Oh, but what about sneaking in particular?
Hey, nobody's done the sneak quite like the Eagles this year. They put the two guys behind him on the sides. He's right there, and they get the double push.
You could also make the argument no one has snuck like Deshaun Watson because he used to sneak around with the women and the towels. And
That is true. Now,
but he's bigger, though, so he doesn't run the QB sneak as well.
Nobody's more of a sneaky creeper.
There's a picture going around the internet today of Deshaun Watson. This guy starts for the Browns next week. And it's a picture of Deshaun Watson, but over his face, photoshopped is a picture of Bill Cosby's face. And that's making its rounds on the internet today.
That's great. That is actually some good stuff.
That was a great game, though. That was unbelievable.
It was an interesting game, but if you look at the NFC right now, you look over the NFC East, you got the Eagles that are 10-1, you got the Cowboys 8-3, the Giants and the Commanders, guess what? Both 7 wins. Right now, Giants have 4 losses, Commanders have 5. They're all playing
in the mix,
good
John.
By the way, I don't know if you know this. Washington's won 3 straight, people.
They won 7 games.
Now let's go look at the NFC South. First in the division, Tampa at 5-6.
In the mix.
Second, the Falcons at 5-7. It gets worse.
Also in the mix.
The Panthers, who actually won this week, 4-8. They beat the lowly Denver Broncos, who were straight trash, and everybody is watching Russ Ridiculous destroy everything. And the New Orleans Saints at 4-8.
It's also in the mix. I mean, that's anybody's division, too. Right for the taking.
That NFC South division is the most putrid, nasty division in all of football.
Well, John, you said that the Washington football team is 7-5, and the Titans are also 7-4 and lead the division. But the Colts are 4-6, and the Jags are 4-7. The Titans still have to play the Jags twice.
The NFC South does not have a single team that's above 500. Like, not one team.
Sneaky.
Not one.
It's because they're so good, they're all beating each other up.
They're so good, they're all beating each other.
You know, like people say, like these other leagues, they're good, they beat each other up. Okay, this brings me to a great point. This week after the game, Dennis Allen said, the coach of the Saints, I'm sure you knew that, but not all our listeners are necessarily aware of Dennis Allen and his bona fides.
I don't know. Okay.
Dennis Allen, though, after the game, says he doesn't know what a catch is anymore because it was Chris Olave had that catch that he literally caught it, took multiple steps, and then hit the ground. It came loose. They go incomplete pass. And then on Thanksgiving, T.J. Hawkinson caught a touchdown, reached it across the end zone, hit the ground with his hand underneath it, mind you, and they called it an incompletion. So, John, what in the world is a catch? Why is it like I understand sometimes you need to have like language written saying what things are, especially in basketball, like what's a charge, what's a block, what's a foul, like those are things that need clear definitions. But a catch is a catch. Like, a catch is a catch. Catches exist all throughout life. You know, John, if I threw you a ball right now, you would catch it, right? And if you set it down, you still would have caught it. Catches are catches throughout life. The NFL and football doesn't need to redefine what catches are. You know a catch if you see a catch. Those are catches, John. Dez caught it. Hawk caught it. Olave caught it. Your thoughts?
Dennis Allen, I mean, you're the Saints. You're not going anywhere.
But did Chris Olave catch that ball?
Yes, he did.
He caught it. He caught it.
But you know what? They get those right most of the time. That's something that doesn't drive me as much as crazy. Like this weekend, I saw in 2 college football games and an NFL game, a backwards pass was called a forward pass.
I saw that one yesterday.
I mean, I saw it 3 times this weekend. If it's sideways pass, if it's a lateral, by the way, that is not a forward pass. Did you know that?
The NFL one was legit backwards, though. That was like 2 yards backwards.
So was the 2 in college that I saw. Let's be honest, man. Like, dude, that's where I get, like, come on, man. Oh, well, we don't have the proper angle. If he throws the ball from the 39 and it goes backwards to the 38.
You need an angle.
And you don't need an angle. My man caught it at the 39. You threw it from the 38.
Reposition the camera. You need a better angle.
Unbelievable.
So
I said that one backwards. Well, I mean, it could be going the other way.
It could be going the other way. That's right.
It doesn't matter. It was just it's so frustrating.
So the catches don't frustrate you.
If you're from midfield and you throw the ball backwards, and if you're throwing it from midfield and then lands at the 49, guess what?
Backwards
pass.
It could be forward, though.
Could be forward. You know what?
Which way are they going?
My brain is now just completely fried.
What did you think about the Hawk catch? That was a catch.
That was a catch as well.
He reached across. That's a touch. That was not only a catch; it was a touchdown.
Yes, it was. I agree with that. But it worked out in my favor, so I didn't really complain. I never. It's amazing when they work out in my favor, I don't complain as much. It's kind of like the Tennessee Titans playing the Bengals yesterday.
Oh, that was tough.
That's hey.
I had the Titans +1.
And you know what? That was painful. They were going to at least get the ball back with a chance. And then
undisciplined football, John. Undisciplined football.
You don't expect that from a Vrabel team. You don't. Know that. But,
but the guy there said he blew him up. Also,
Teresa Walker did talk to Mike Vrabel, by the way. Teresa Walker, friend of Dave's show. I think she still is, right?
Okay.
She's been on a few times.
Sure.
Maybe she's not anymore. I thought she produced the show. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Good columnist, covers the Titans. She tweeted out that Vrabel said they're trying to protect the head and neck of the long snappers. And he hates to say it, but what his team did, they would have called any time. Because it was, just egregious. I don't know. I don't really watch it that close.
I didn't think it was.
I don't know if he was being sarcastic, but she tweeted out, and if the way she tweeted, it doesn't sound very sarcastic.
Well, maybe he just, he's not an excuses guy, Mike Vrabel.
He's probably not. Do you know what's trending right now on Twitter?
What's that?
I'm going to have to read this.
Derrick Henry fumble?
Cocaine Bear.
Oh, the Cocaine Bear. Do you know about this movie? Oh,
it's
John,
a movie?
We have to save this. We have to save this for Hardwood. Oh, I could talk for days about the Cocaine Bear.
Well, we got to talk about the Cocaine Bear. We also have to talk about just some insane things that happened over the weekend. Like OBJ, all you have to do is get in the air, brother.
But he wasn't arrested.
Just get in the air. He was not arrested because he's OBJ. He did get thrown off a Miami plane, though. He did board another one. He got thrown off because they said he was so bleeped up. We'll talk about this on the other side. Also got to talk about, did you see T.O. drop a heckler outside of a CVS? And this is the most, I've never talked about a CVS before in my life, but there was a CVS that's outside of California, and you can see T.O. drop a couple hecklers, like a little 1-2, whap, whap, whap. Yeah, dude.
He's still in good shape, T.O.
I'll tell you one thing. For a 50-year-old dude, I ain't messing with him. In fact, how does he look that good at 50 years old? He's almost 50 years old. Dude looks like he's still playing the league.
HGH.
And we have Time Traveler. Do you believe in Time Travelers?
Maybe.
Well, I got the scoop on who's going to win the 2022 World Cup from a Time Traveler, okay? His TikTok handle is, well, he claims to be from the future. Where's his little TikTok handle?
Time Traveler 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hold on, I got it somewhere. It's right here. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'll just tell you on the other side.
Is it the Dutch? We'll find out.
No. I'm going to tell you who the Time Traveler picks. Now, are you willing to bet on this Time Traveler's claim?
Yes.
Now, there are a couple things where he's been very accurate.
So I believe him, John. I will bet on it.
So do you think we can travel through time?
This guy can.
Man. If you could travel through time, would you share that knowledge with anybody else?
All right, John, here's what we're going to do.
Or would you just hold it to
yourself? If you or I ever get access to a time machine, we're going to come back to this very moment on this show 5 seconds from now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dang it. We're not going to have one, I guess. Or we forgot.
I don't think you understand. I didn't understand anything you just did just now. I'm even more confused now. Anyway, I hope his bet hits. Like I really do.
I'm taking it.
All right, don't touch the dial on the other side. We're talking Time Travelers. Who's going to win the World Cup? And T.O. is cracking on people's domes. Why? Well, I'll tell you next. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Guns & Ammo has a full line of Pro Shot products, a tremendous selection of accessories from belts, holsters, gun cases, specialty boxes, Benchmade knives, and assorted optics. At Guns & Ammo, enjoy selecting all your favorite firearms, from hunting supplies to target shooting to self-defense. Experience the excellence at Guns & Ammo with a friendly, knowledgeable staff and hundreds of guns to choose from. Guns & Ammo, 3615 Summer Avenue, Memphis local, and supporting the NRA and Friends of the NRA. Guns & Ammo, family owned since 1985.
It's been said before, but it bears repeating. Bell Tavern is exactly what it should be, a bar. Yes, you can get items from the menu at 117 Prime, which is some of the best food in town. But when you're in Bell Tavern, you know just where you are. A perfect, comfortable bar. There's ice-cold beer, signature cocktails, and sports on the TVs. Bell Tavern isn't a sports bar. It's a bar that happens to have sports on the TVs. Don't go to a chain to catch a game. Don't go to a chain to catch up with old friends. Go where you really want to be, a bar. Go where you really want to be, Bell Tavern.
Hey, everybody. At All-Star Chevrolet, it is not often they get the chance to tell each and every customer how thankful they are for them. So this month, instead of telling you about all the vehicles, all the deals, they asked me to say thank you. Thank you very much from the bottom of our hearts. Whether you have bought from All-Star or not, they want everyone to feel at home here at All-Star Chevrolet in Olive Branch. If you want something new to drive, maybe a Silverado or Tahoe, or just need to sell your car, call or go by to see Kevin or Jeff. If you need service before heading out for the holiday trips, call and ask for Chance or Jeff in service, or just go to allstarautogroup.com. Remember, it's not the Pike, not South Haven, not Bartlett, not Mount Moriah, or Collierville. It's got to be Olive Branch, people. So find new fun for the holidays and find new roads to All-Star Chevy in Olive Branch, or go to allstarautogroup.com. And happy Thanksgiving from everyone at All-Star Chevrolet.
Chronic joint pain has a snowball effect. It's not just the pain.
What that did is just make me depressed that I couldn't get back into the gym, and I was inactive, gaining weight. I had to find another alternative.
And for Chad, that alternative was QC Kinetics and the non-surgical natural biologic treatments that can give lasting relief to aching hips, shoulders, knees, and backs.
Once they explained it, it made sense. Putting what we have inside our body back into us in a certain strategic way to heal up in a natural process was fantastic.
QC Kinetics treatments take place right in the office. No downtime, no surgery. And as for the outcome,
I'm just back to bouncing around, having fun, doing my work, living pain-free.
Don't let chronic joint pain rob you of your quality of life. Discover advanced regenerative medicine at QC Kinetics. Call now to learn more. It's a free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 901-445-1010. That's 901-445-1010. 901-445-1010.
Looking for a bar with it all? Pimento's Burgers Bar and Grill. Pimento's makes football your fantasy with 17 TVs and $2 draft beers during the game, Monday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. And you know I love a great happy hour. At Pimento's, $4 house cocktails, Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. Yes, $4 house cocktails. Try one of their signature drinks like the JJ Spicy Margarita or the Tennessee Sunset. How about a Memphis Mudslide, or be a kid again with the Adventure River Rum Punch? Hungry? Try a fan favorite, Bacon Pimento Cheeseburger. Or be like me and try them all. The Mushroom Extravaganza, Sweet Heat, and the Dirty, Mean, and Nasty. Need I say more? Well, yes, because there's so much more than just pimento cheese. Sliders, salads, quesadillas, 10 different appetizers. Just don't forget about dessert. 2 great locations, 6450 Poplar Avenue in East Memphis, and in Collierville, 3751 South Houston Levee Road. A bar with it all, Pimento's Burgers Bar and Grill. So much more than pimento cheese.
4.9 liter V8, 0 to 60, and I'm about to find out.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder's in the house. It is a Monday. Did you know that, Jay?
Monday. We don't have any fun words for Monday, do we?
Fun day Monday?
Rocking with you on a Monday. No, you rock on a Tuesday.
Margarita
or on a
Monday.
Wednesday. Oh, Margarita Monday.
Margarita Monday.
It's Mo Monday.
It's Mo Monday.
They're not a sponsor. We shouldn't say
Who's
that.
Mo?
It's the restaurant.
Oh, I was thinking like
burritos.
Curly, Larry, and Mo.
Harry, Curly, and Mo.
Is it Harry, Curly, and Mo?
Curly, Harry, whatever.
What did I say? Larry, Curly, and Mo?
Larry, Curly, and Mo.
It's Larry, isn't it?
Not Harry.
Yeah, Larry.
Larry.
By the way, speaking of margaritas, you know where you can get a great margarita on Monday?
Where?
Pimento's Burgers Bar and Grill. Pimento's has everything. And the reason I'm bringing up Monday and Pimento's is it's Burger Monday. You do me a favor. You go over to East Memphis location, 6450 Poplar Avenue. You head over there. Tonight, you buy a burger and a side. Guess what you get absolutely free? A burger and a side. And their burgers are just different from everybody else's. They have a pimento cheeseburger that's got, obviously, honey glazed pepper bacon on it, jalapeno pimento cheese. They have it topped with lettuce and tomato. Oh, it's delicious. My favorite's the Sweet Heat. Warm melted cream cheese topped with blackberry jalapeno jam and fresh sliced jalapenos. Oh, it's so good. You like the Cowboy Burger? Barbecue sauce, honey glazed pepper, bacon, fried onions, and cheddar cheese. Their burgers are out of control. And on Monday, buy one, get one free. Bing, bang, boom. That's beautiful. Plus, during the games, they're your fantasy football. Like they make football your fantasy with $2 draft beers during the game. Plus, they have an amazing happy hour, 3 to 7 daily. 3 to 7, $4 house cocktails, $4 glasses of wine, house wine, and you can get their signature drinks like the JJ Spicy Margarita. I'm telling you, Mondays are every day is good. Any day that ends in Y is great at Pimentos, but Mondays is extra sweet as you can buy a burger and a side and get a burger and a side for absolutely free. Head on over to Pimentos Burgers Bar and Grill. There's so much more than just pimento cheese. Let's go to Hardinwood.
This is Access Hardinwood.
All right, I'm going to start with a time traveler, bro.
I want to hear about the time traveler. I want to hear about OBJ, and then I have some good ones too.
Well, OBJ basically is very simple. You can't be sloppy before the flight. You can be sloppy when you're in the air because they're not going to turn around.
Mimosas.
You can sleep. You can do whatever. But, man, before you hop on the plane, if the little lady, you know how they walk down the aisle and they're like, buckle up your seatbelt.
This was a man.
Buckle up your seatbelt. Buckle up your seatbelt.
Male flight attendant.
Well, he was flexing his muscles according to OBJ. He was flexing his power.
Yeah.
He said he got a little power hungry on the airplane.
That's what his lawyer said.
That's what his lawyer did come out and say. But OBJ was so trashed that they actually said that before they called the police, they called the paramedics.
Because he was in and out. They couldn't wake him up.
They said he was in and out of consciousness. They couldn't get him to, he woke up angrily when they finally did, awaken him and told him to not button up his pants, buckle up his seatbelt. By the way, a seatbelt on an airplane, I don't know, call me crazy. Seems like a little unnecessary.
Well, it depends on how much turbulence there is, John. Also, being a little drunk on an airplane, John, the pilots are drunk half the time.
I mean,
not to be recklessly speculate,
I was going to
but
say no. They're not allowed to drink 24 hours before they fly. But you've seen that show where what's his name was drunk and lands the plane.
Yeah.
What's it called?
I don't remember. But they're always drunk.
It was
flying the plane, right?
No. That was the past.
Oh, it used to be that way.
Yeah.
Back in the Pan American days.
Yeah, that's back when they were
smoking
heaters,
cigs. That's right.
smoking cigs on the plane and stuff like that. This was way back.
They had the whiskey bar with the glass bottle that you pour the whiskey or brandy or gin or whatever.
Well, now OBJ, he got thrown off. He got yanked off the plane. It was a pretty rocky start for him. He was heading out to L.A. and by the way, do you know how drunk you have to be in Miami airport?
Seriously.
On a Miami flight, out of Miami.
Also, I have a hard time believing OBJ sits in an airport like the lay person like you and I drinking.
I don't know, man. He was doing something.
I know. Do you think he was drinking before he got to the airport and went through security that way?
Yeah.
So you don't have him going through the airport security sober, sitting down at Chili's 2 and ordering a few margaritas.
They only serve doubles basically because it's $16 for a single, but you can get a double for only $5 more, so a $21 drink.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
if you're gonna pay $16 for a single, you might as well get a double.
That's right. So I can see that happening. He is OBJ. I'm sure he was also recognized. People buying him drinks.
That's right.
I just know that
good-looking guy.
It was American Airlines that threw him off. By the way.
Oh, they're not American.
Man, that's just disrespectful.
Because a football player.
But the thing is, he did get escorted off by the police. He was not cited or arrested.
That's good.
And they let him get on another plane an hour later.
So he must not have been that messed up.
I think honestly what it is they're like, dude, are we really throwing OBJ off for being hammered? When you look around, you're at the airport and everybody's hammered. It's kind of like going to a rave.
Well, it's also good he didn't fight with anybody.
We're gonna throw somebody out for doing drugs. Have you ever been to a rave where nobody was somebody was sober?
There's people passing them out.
Yeah, it's like they're giving
party
out
favors.
Party favors.
No, but he didn't fight with the flight attendants. He didn't fight with the police. And for that reason, they're just get another plane, buddy.
Did you know that they escorted the whole plane off before he was taken off?
So sad.
That whole flight was screwed up. Dude, why don't you just reach down and buckle up his buckle? Hey, buckle up,
seriously,
buddy.
You can't wake him up, just buckle his buckle.
Hey, buck up, bucko.
I agree. That's what I thought too. It's not like it's like this. It's not like it's even a car seatbelt where you have to
no, it's just
pull
two
it
little
across,
things. Put it across.
Put it together.
And then they don't even care if it's tight.
No,
they just put the thing on. Guess what? You don't have to you don't.
He's in first class in the front row.
If you're a passenger, how mad? Are you more mad at OBJ or are you more mad at the flight attendant? I'm more mad at the flight attendant.
Because I don't care about OBJ. I'm mad I had to get up out of my seat and then come back.
After I already boarded
Boarding
a plane so
stinks.
annoying.
Boarding a plane is terrible. I don't want to do it twice.
Gosh.
Tell me about time travel.
Now, time travel. Okay, so this is a great one. So, do you believe, first of all, that you know your dad hit me up? I can't believe this. According to Einstein's theory, time travel can only happen going into the future. So you can't go back to the past. So if we were time travelers, we just disappear from now because you can only go forward, homie.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go backwards.
So how do you get back?
That's according to Einstein. That's what I'm saying. So there's no really back to the future.
No.
Like, Michael J. Fox lied to us.
Get your damn hands off her, Biff.
That is true. But this guy, he's not a liar.
Okay.
He's a real time traveler. And how do I know this?
Because he's on TikTok.
Well, yeah, but that's not only the reason.
And because he's hit 2 bets before.
I was going to say he's right now 2-0 on his time traveling advice.
His time traveling locks of the century.
Dude, this guy, let me tell you something.
What's this lock? Give me the lock.
Okay, so first and foremost, are you going to bet on what he says?
Absolutely, 100%. I'm doing it right as you tell me.
All right, so that's a pretty good answer.
Okay.
100%.
What, John? I'm going to do it.
All right, so here, let me tell you who's going to be playing for the
Please do.
For the
I see
World
you
Cup.
looking for it right now, and you're
I'm
trying to
going
filibuster
crazy because I
as you
just
go
had
through
it.
it.
I just had it open on the TikTok, and then he just disappears. Why does the TikTok change when you? If you scroll up, it goes one place. If you
Let me see
scroll
if I
down,
can
it
find
goes.
it. I mean, I really want to know. This is the lock of the century.
Oh, here it is. I got this part of it. Okay, here's what I got. So I got his name, by the way, is World Cup Time Traveler.
Great name.
Now,
wait, how is he 2-0?
Now, here's what I was about to tell you. Okay, so he came out. And this is way ahead of the championship. He says right now he's going to tell you. He says, number one, he goes in and out of time all the time.
All the time.
All the time. He says I slip in and out of the time. I go to the future and I come back to the past. It's a slippage of time for him. Just a slippage.
Right.
You ever slipped?
Not in a while.
You slip because never mind. Anyway, he slips a little bit in time and out of time. Came back and said that the winner of this year's 2022 World Cup will be Brazil beating France.
Brazil just won, so that makes sense to me.
Well, the reason people are now listening to him because, first and foremost, he also predicted the correct score of Italy, like the final score in Italy's game against some Euro team. So he got that perfectly. And he accurately predicted England's 4-0 victory against Ukraine. And the United States played England 0-0 tie. So he's 3-0 on his predictions.
Undefeated.
That's pretty hard to do right there.
Yeah, I agree.
Like 3-0 and not just the prediction
and
of who wins. I'm talking about he gets the score
right.
in all 3 games. Even a 0-0 tie.
So you should say then that this score is going to be 2-1 Brazil. That's what he said, 2-1 Brazil.
Yeah, he said 2-1. He said Brazil's going to beat
over
France
2-1.
2-1. So
we bet on France to get to the final, Brazil to get to the final, and Brazil to beat France 2-1.
I mean, do we do this?
Yes, no, we do it, yes.
He's right now, I mean, he's given us 3 examples of where he's 100% right. My question is, though, do we change the future if we all start betting it? Because I know I have bad luck. So is there any chance my bad luck screws up this time traveler's future endeavors?
No, John, I don't.
Are you sure?
Because I don't think luck can be quantified, but time travel can be.
Damn, that was a pretty good answer.
How about that?
You're kind of a genius.
I'm trying to be, John. I have one for you.
Sure.
Do you want a class action lawsuit against Velveeta cheese or or cows on the loose in Canada?
Ooh, this one's tough, man. You know what? I'm going to go with both.
Okay, I'll start with
Thanksgiving. Give me just a double helping of both.
Well, John, you have Velveeta. The Velveeta is in shells, the mac and cheese you make from.
And you can turn it into Rotel with the blocks.
Yeah, that's right, with Velveeta. Yeah, well, Velveeta class action suit claims that microwavable mac and cheese says it should be ready in 3.5 minutes, and it's not. And so people have filed a class action lawsuit against Velveeta because their cheese isn't done, their mac and cheese isn't done fast enough.
Wait.
Will you be joining the class action lawsuit?
No, I will not. Number one, because I don't eat mac and cheese out of Velveeta. Or I didn't know they had Velveeta mac and cheese.
Yeah, Velveeta cheese and shells.
You just put it in the microwave and bam, it's done.
3.5 minutes, although not really. It should take longer than that. Also, microwaves are all different. Are they not?
I don't know.
Some microwaves take longer. They have like higher microwaves. Wattage, that's the word, not microwaves. They have higher wattage than others. So they take different amounts of time. How in the world can you have a class action lawsuit against them? I don't understand. And then finally, John, my last story, last but certainly not least. Fugitive cows in Quebec escape capture again and again.
Like, are they the...
It's like Rawhide. You ever seen Rawhide?
No.
Rollin'. It's an old show with Clint Eastwood. It's a Western.
I know the one where he says, I can make you feel lucky, punk.
That's a movie.
Wait,
Rawhide's a TV show. Yeah. But
Clint Eastwood was in TV shows?
What's that?
He was in TV shows?
Yeah.
Did you see the movie where
Spaghetti Westerns.
He was a drug dealer when he was an old
The
man?
Mule.
Yeah.
I saw that. I love The Mule, man.
Dude, he was an old crazy dude.
Crazy guy.
Yeah.
And he's a drug mule. That's why he's called The Mule. He's a drug mule.
Yeah.
You mulin'? You kids mulin'? That's something different. Anyway, John, these cows are on the loose in Quebec, and they can't get them. So they think that they busted through this gate when there was a thunderstorm. You know, cows are spooked by thunderstorms sometimes. There's a thunderstorm, they're like, whoa! And they moo, and then they bust through a gate. The cows are big. And now they're on the loose, and they're hard to tame, I guess. They're hard to capture. And they must not want to, like, shock them or prod them or something. And so they can't catch them. So these cows have been fugitives for 3 weeks now.
Dang, did you know that if a cow is away from his best friend that it gets anxiety?
Is that right?
Yep.
Cows have feelings.
Do you know that we should make cow Xanax? Because Xanax beat us up, like it like helps me with anxiety.
Bovanax.
Bovanax, I like that. Oh my gosh, you're a genius.
I nailed it.
Now, speaking of it, we can sell this in CVS. It's a drugstore. Did you know that?
CVS.
Yeah, it's a drugstore. Did you know there's one in Los Angeles, surprisingly? Because I think there's only CVS's, because didn't all the Walgreens like close up in Los Angeles and like leave because they got tired of like getting robbed every day?
No way.
Man, I'm telling you, somebody tweeted that out. Like,
really?
The last Walgreens in the corner is going to now close down. Anyway, it doesn't matter. CVS is still there.
Yeah.
They're getting their drugs.
Good.
But T.O. was inside the CVS. He just pulled up. It's 11 o'clock at night. He runs in to just grab a little something quick, you know what I'm saying? And then there's a fan in there, and he comes up and he's got a 49ers jacket on and everything, and he starts rapping with T.O. Well, for some reason, a second man out of nowhere comes up, and the guy's like, dude, he's like, starts talking some ish to T.O. and the 49er fan, saying how the 49ers are trash. T.O. never won a Super Bowl.
He didn't. It's a fact.
Started going off about how they're both losers. Then the guy goes outside, the first guy who was like loving on T.O. T.O. stays inside, and he's paying for his product, whatever he's buying. Guess what happens when he walks outside? The second man who was already like busting on T.O. and the 49ers is now up in the other dude, like the other guy who was talking with T.O.'s face. He's all up in his grill, and he's threatening to whip him. T.O. says, hey, man, he tries to play peacemaker. He's like, why don't you back off? He's like, back off.
That's what he said.
And the guy turns around and says something to T.O. like, shut up or I'll beat your brains out. And that's when T.O. goes, a little left, right, pap, and just dots him, knocks him out.
But he didn't beat up the other guy.
No, he helped it.
He
the
helped
guy
him
liked
out.
T.O.
Well, that's nice of him.
See, that's what I'm saying. He did a great thing.
He did.
And we now know where we can sell our Bovanax.
CVS.
It's CVS. So we solved
I don't think
everything.
cows go to drugstores, though.
I mean, they got to go somewhere, don't they?
That's right. They go to Chick-fil-A.
Dude, do you know where you need to go if you have any issues with basically your
Anything.
roof?
Yeah, my roof.
Brian Elder. Like, if you need a great residential and commercial contractor, the best in the Mid-South is Brian Elder. You can go to brianelderroofing.com, check out everything. He'll show you right there where he's got a no questions asked warranty guarantee. Of course, he's licensed, bonded, and insured. He's been taking care of the Mid-South for 30 years. His contractors, they know everything. And if they tell you have a claim, trust me, you have a claim. Give them a call at 901-867-0303. That's 901-867-0303. Let Brian Elder come love on your roof. Back in 2 shakes to close things out. We got some Monday, but like a little Monday football action. We're going to do some bets. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56 WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned in to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
This is Lauren Choate with Choate's Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing. Choate's is offering some amazing specials for this month only. If you're considering upgrading your furnace before the cold weather comes, Choate's is offering $1,000 off a new Carrier furnace. If you don't need a new furnace, Choate's is now offering its early bird $60 furnace tune-up. This 22-point tune-up includes a free carbon monoxide test and heat exchanger inspection. And Choate's is your indoor air quality expert. For the best quality air for you and your family, it's recommended to have your air ducts cleaned every 8 years. This month only, Choate's will install a free UV light system when you get your air ducts cleaned, a $500 value. Call us at 347-8086 to take advantage of these amazing deals. So, turn to the experts with Choate's, and remember, let our family serve your family.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roofing. In these uncertain economic times, there are so many things as a contractor and a business owner that I cannot control. The rising cost of materials, not to mention fuel and transportation costs. In the last 2 years, shingle prices have almost doubled and commercial materials have doubled. And I don't have to tell you what fuel costs these days. But you know what I can control? How much markup I put on a project. I have always prided myself in knowing I never gouge a customer. But in an effort to ensure my crews have work and my customers are being treated fairly, I have lowered my profit margin, hoping to give you a price you can live with and keeping my crews busy. So if you need a roof or gutters, please give us a call. Fiveash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. Fiveash Roofing, a proud sponsor of Tiger Athletics and a member of the Tigers home team. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Where do Black Friday deals feel like steals? Where can you find holiday decor to deck every door? Where do holiday savings end in celebrating? Lowe's, actually. Black Friday is happening now. Get 2 select 1-quart poinsettias for $3 while supplies last. Get the deal before it's gone and celebrate all season long at Lowe's. Home to any possibility. Offer valid through 11/30. In-store only while supplies last. Limit 8 per customer. U.S. only. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Well, I'm a orthopedic surgeon, board certified.
Meet Dr. John Herzog, who's certainly done his share of knee and hip replacements. But these days, he's encouraging his patients to look at regenerative medicine options, now available at QC Kinetics.
I'm kind of the anti-surgeon right now, and a lot of my buddies, if they hear me talking, they're going to give me a call.
Dr. Herzog says advances in regenerative medicine can give your achy joints lasting relief, using highly concentrated healing agents from your own body to repair and restore damaged tissue.
We take the fluid out of you, we concentrate it and put it in an area where they couldn't normally get to and facilitate healing.
Are you suffering from constant pain due to arthritis or injury? Maybe it's time to look at alternatives to drugs and surgery at QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in these exciting treatments.
What could be more natural than using your own body to heal yourself?
Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 901-445-1010. That's 901-445-1010. 901-445-1010.
It's the year-end sales event at Gossett Mitsubishi, and have we got a deal for you? Get power, safety, and bold style with 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport, $329 a month or $25,345. And take your pick at Gossett Mitsubishi, 2023 Mitsubishi Outlander or 2023 Eclipse Cross. We Gossett at $379 a month, or you'll find 1.9 for 36 months available. And if you're looking for peace of mind in your new ride, get a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Shop Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online anytime at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Sport 75 months at 5.44 APR. Outlander and Eclipse 72 months at 4.90. All 500 military rebates. Sport NU 020 537. MSRP 26095. Outlander PC 009630. MSRP 296. Eclipse PC 06400. MSRP 28785. Includes all rebates and incentives. Excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 11/30/22. Dealer stock only.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay's got a few bets. Speaking of some bets, man, one thing that I love about betting on the NFL is I'm always finding new players and new game props that I like. And what's cool about FanDuel Sportsbook is you can combine these props with other bets from the same game to score an even bigger payout. Perfect for tonight's game. Bing, bang, boom. You got the Steelers. We got the Colts. I like the Colts on the money line. Did you see the total? They think it's going to be a rock fight, 39.5. If it's that bad, let's just go under and a Jonathan Taylor anytime rushing touchdown, anytime touchdown, period. I like that 3-gamer. You can do that one, or you can basically go in there and use the same game parlays that are pre-built for you on the FanDuel. That's one of the things that I love about FanDuel is they have pre-built same game parlays. They have live betting. It's easy to use, and they have super, super fast withdrawals. There's nothing like nailing a same-game parlay bet. So lock in your bet today on FanDuel Sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $150 in free bets, win or lose. You got to have the promo code HAPPY. That's promo code HAPPY. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NFL. Must be 21 and present in Tennessee. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire in 14 days after you receive them. Restrictions do apply. See the terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call the Tennessee Red Line, 1-800-889-9789. What do we got to bet on tonight?
John, I've got one for you in the National Basketball Association. Oh, I love the NBA, John.
NBA on a Monday.
It just never stops, does it? The Wizards.
Yes, it did stop actually on voting day, remember?
Yeah, that's right. It did. They didn't play that day. They also didn't play on Thanksgiving.
Well, you know, you can't mess with Turkey Day. They'd already trying to mess with Christmas. The NFL's come and taken that back.
The NFL's been taking over. They're not.
But the NFL takes over everything.
They're not as respectful as the NBA is to the vice versa. Anyway, I like the Wizards tonight, John. You're getting even money on the money line against the T-Wolves. I think
before the Grizzlies play the T-Wolves, they're going to lose the third straight game?
I think so, John. I think the Wizards are a really good basketball team. I like them at home tonight. I think it's a good bet, and I think it's a good spot. I like the Wizards on even. I think the Wizards are still very underrated by Vegas standards. They're a good basketball team, and you're getting even money on that one. I'll take that. Them to win the game pretty much every time on that one. I also have 2 college bets tonight.
I love your college bets.
I think Mississippi, and Greg and Ken Pomeroy agree with both of these. I think Mississippi State rolls tonight against Omaha, covers the minus.
The way they rolled over Ole Miss,
covers,
Egg Bowl.
Well, but this is basketball. But yes, they cover the 24 tonight against Omaha. And you also have another SEC team, Arkansas, playing Troy. They're favored by 16. Troy's not bad at all, but I think Arkansas covers the 16 against Troy tonight as well. And those are my 2 bets.
Eric Musselman's kids don't play no games, man. They don't even have Derek Nix, their 5-star superstar. He hadn't even played this year, and they're beating the brakes off of people.
That's right.
They are big, they are deep, and they can play some basketball. SEC looks pretty daggum good, don't they? Alabama.
Very good.
Who's the best team in the SEC?
Probably Kentucky, Tennessee,
right,
Arkansas.
Yeah. All of them?
They're the cream of the crop. It's college basketball. It's hard to tell this time of year. But I like Tennessee. I like
Alabama, Arkansas, Kentucky.
I tell you, Ole Miss is sneaky
Tennessee, good. Ole Miss. They won all the games until the very end.
Yeah.
They did pretty good.
John, I don't mean to do production on the air, but I played the music late, and you have 15 seconds till you have to be out.
Well, life has handed me a lemon, so I'm just going to make sure I go make a lemon drop. Make sure it's with Tito's handmade vodka. You do the same. Get out there, make the world a better place. I'll see y'all on the flip side. Peace.
Enjoy your 24, do your thing and rep your hood. The world is all yours, but still be.
Hi, folks. Good news from the Chevy Sheriff for truck buyers. A Chevy Truck Month at the Sunrise Chevy Ranch. Rebates